Kansas City Chiefs 10 rigged moments. In the world of the NFL, where billions of dollars, intense fandom, and global audiences converge, the difference between victory and defeat can come down to a single flag, a fleeting whistle, a moment of chaos. And in recent years, no franchise has generated more controversy around officiating, momentum shifts, and what just happened moments than the Kansas City Chiefs. With a rising dynasty led by superstar quarterback Patrick Mahomes and weapon-loaded offense, the stage is bright, but in the shadows, questions are growing. Are the Chiefs benefiting from excellence and talent, or something more subtle? Over the next few minutes, we examine 10 controversial moments, plays, calls, and coincidences that have sparked accusations of bias, rigging, or simply the league tipping the balance. Some are near impossible to prove, yet the pattern is persistent, from critical playoff calls to surprise timeouts and curious equipment failures. If you're a fan who believes the NFL is more entertainment than sport, this one's for you. This is Kansas City Chiefs 10 rigged moments. Let's start. 1. The fourth down that wasn't reviewed. Playoff football often comes down to inches, the kind of inches that decide seasons, legacies, and heartbreaks. But what happens when those inches mysteriously vanish from review? In a tense AFC championship clash, the Buffalo Bills were marching downfield late in the game. Josh Allen took the snap, lunged forward, and appeared to cross the first down line. The marker moved, fans held their breath, and every replay angle seemed to show the ball clearly breaking the yellow line. Yet to everyone's shock, no review, officials ruled him short, the call stood, and play resumed. Moments later, the Kansas City Chiefs took possession and never looked back. They scored, sealing another trip to glory, and sparking one of the loudest outcries in recent playoff memory. Across social media, fans cried foul. The fix is in, echoed through comment sections and podcasts alike. Analysts pointed out that the issue wasn't just one missed call, it was the pattern. When crucial game-altering moments consistently lean one way, doubt turns into belief. Whether intentional or not, this moment became a symbol, the start of the growing theory that some calls favor the Chiefs when it matters most. 2. Holding calls that never flew. Holding is one of the most common and most decisive penalties in football. A single flag can erase a touchdown, kill momentum, or change the outcome of a drive. Yet somehow, when it comes to the Kansas City Chiefs, those yellow flags often seem to stay tucked away. In recent seasons, fans and analysts alike have noticed a pattern. Obvious holds on critical downs simply go uncalled. Offensive linemen wrapping up defenders in plain sight. Defensive ends getting yanked mid-rush. Yet the whistles stay silent. During high-stakes playoff games, these no calls can shape history. A 2025 study from the University of Texas at El Paso revealed that between 2015 and 2023, the Chiefs were roughly 20% more likely to benefit from defensive penalties in the postseason, and about 30% more likely to receive subjective calls, such as pass interference or roughing the passer, in their favor. These numbers aren't proof of conspiracy, but they do paint a troubling picture. Even NFL legends have taken notice. Terrell Owens bluntly remarked, "It's crazy. The calls are benefiting the Kansas City Chiefs." Whether it's bias, human error, or something deeper, the perception has already taken root. And in a sport where every yard matters, those missed holding calls are more than just mistakes. They're game changers that fuel the growing belief that not all teams are playing on level ground. 3. The roughing the passer that ignited the narrative. Sometimes a single play changes everything, and not the score but the story, and this one did exactly that. In a pivotal playoff game, the Kansas City Chiefs were trailing, and the pressure on Patrick Mahomes was mounting. As he rolled out of the pocket, linebacker Ahmad Brooks burst through the line and delivered what appeared to be a clean, by-the-book tackle. Chest to chest, no helmet contact, no malicious intent. The crowd roared at the hit, and then fell silent as a yellow flag floated onto the field. The call? Roughing the passer. Commentators questioned it instantly. Replays showed no foul, yet the flag stayed. The Chiefs gained 15 yards, extended the drive, and ultimately turned the tide of the game. Afterward, the NFL doubled down, even fining Brooks $16,000, a punishment that left players and fans fuming. From that day on, the phrase Mahomes treatment started circulating online. Was the league protecting its superstar, or was this just human bias playing out under the lights? Whatever the truth, that call became a defining moment. Proof to many that NFL officiating wasn't just inconsistent, it was selective. For skeptics, it wasn't about one bad flag. It was about a pattern that seemed to always favor the Chiefs when it mattered most. 4. The camera wire that erased history. It was supposed to be a defining moment, the kind that turns players into legends. In London, the crowd held its breath as Vikings kicker 𝗚𝗏 prepared for a 47-yard field goal. The score was tight, the clock seconds from zero. Reichard had been perfect all season, never missing a single attempt. He took his steps, swung through with precision, and nailed it. The ball sailed high and true until it clipped something invisible. A faint ping echoed through the stadium. The kick dropped short. No good. The Chiefs bench erupted, celebrating a win that should never have been theirs. Slow motion replay told a different story. The ball had struck a camera wire, part of the NFL's broadcast system suspended above the field. By league rules, any interference from equipment like that requires a do-over, but officials refused to reset the play. The miss stood. The Vikings' perfect season and Reichard record ended not with a shank, but with silence. Fans erupted online. The wire belonged to one of the NFL's major broadcasting partners, and the Chiefs once again walked away as the lucky beneficiary. Accidents happen, the league said, but for millions watching, it didn't feel like an accident. It felt like the moment when fate, or something far less innocent, decided the outcome. 5. The false timeout strategy. Sometimes the smallest gestures can flip an entire game, and this one didn't even come from a coach. Late in a tense fourth quarter, the opposing defense was scrambling, just seconds from forcing a crucial play. Suddenly, the sideline erupted, and a timeout was granted. Cameras caught the moment clearly. It wasn't Andy Reid or any official coach calling for it. It was a ball boy waving his arms as if signaling to the referee. The whistle blew. The play stopped. By rule, only the head coach can request a timeout, but somehow the officials honored it. The Chiefs took a breather, reorganized, and returned with a perfectly drawn-up play, one that ended with a go-ahead touchdown. Fans were furious. Analysts questioned how such a clear breach of protocol could stand unchallenged in a league driven by precision and replay. The opposing coach protested, but the call held. In a sport where seconds decide legacies, that single gesture became one of the strangest timeouts in NFL memory. For many viewers, it wasn't just about a mistake. It was about how often those mistakes seemed to tilt one way, toward the Kansas City Chiefs. 6. The Swift effect and broadcast engine. The Kansas City Chiefs didn't just dominate the field, they dominated pop culture. When global superstar Taylor Swift began dating tight end Travis Kelce, the NFL transformed overnight into part sports, part spectacle. Chiefs games became must-watch television. Merchandise sales skyrocketed by over 400%. Female viewership surged, and social media engagement broke records. The Ringer. Every broadcast found time to cut to Swift's reactions. Every touchdown became a trending moment. But with that level of visibility came whispers. Fans began to wonder if the NFL, a business built on ratings, would truly let its new golden storyline fall flat. Favorable calls, dramatic finishes, and heroic comebacks started looking a little too perfect, because when a team becomes a cultural event, the league benefits from keeping the story alive. And in the NFL's billion-dollar theater, the show must always go on. 7. The dynasty close game pattern. True dynasties aren't just built on dominance, they're built on moments. One-score thrillers, late-game magic, and calls that always seem to swing the right way. And the Kansas City Chiefs have turned that formula into an art form. A fan-cited data review revealed that during 11 playoff games between 2015 and 2023, the Chiefs were flagged significantly less for defensive penalties, while their opponents drew more subjective calls, the kind that can't be measured, only felt. When 9 out of 11 wins come down to a single score, fans start asking, are these incredible comebacks or carefully protected outcomes? Every dynasty needs luck, but when the same team keeps catching the breaks, game after game, year after year, luck starts looking a lot like design. And in football, where every inch counts, even a whisper of bias can change everything. 8. The social media storm and fan evidence. In the digital age, every questionable call becomes a viral investigation. Reddit threads, YouTube breakdowns, and Twitter clips dissect every Chiefs game frame by frame. One viral post even claimed actual footage of refs rigging calls for the Chiefs. Reddit. The NFL and Referees Association have repeatedly dismissed such claims. It's insulting and preposterous to suggest officials collude to help one team, said NFLRA Executive Director Scott Green, Reuters. But in sports, perception becomes reality. When millions believe the game is tilted, trust begins to crumble. And as the Chiefs' success continues to grow alongside controversy, whispers of favoritism evolve into something louder, a collective chant questioning the fairness of the game itself. 9. The league's own statement. On February 3, 2025, NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell publicly dismissed the growing Chiefs rigging theories. That's a ridiculous theory, he told reporters, New York Post. He cited data showing the Chiefs actually ranked near the middle of the league in penalty yard differentials and pointed to their 11 one-score wins in 2024 as evidence of competitiveness, not corruption. But critics weren't convinced. To them, statistics can be framed any way the league wants, and the absence of proof isn't proof of absence. For frustrated fans, Goodell's comments felt less like transparency and more like a deflection. In an era where perception often outweighs facts, official denials don't quiet the noise. They amplify it. And so, the belief persists that when games get close, the balance of power isn't always left to chance. 10. The bigger question, sport or show? The NFL today is more than a sport. It's a global entertainment empire. We're talking $20 billion in annual revenue, massive broadcast deals, booming sports betting, and international expansion. With stakes that high, the line between officiating and story management can blur. The Chiefs are undeniably great. Elite coaching, generational talent, championship pedigree. But when one franchise transforms into the league's global face overnight, the randomness of success feels less random. So, is the league rigged for the Chiefs? There's no conclusive proof, yet 10 controversial moments all tipping one way make coincidence sound naive. For fans tuning in every Sunday, one truth remains: the NFL sells drama, and sometimes the line between competition and spectacle disappears. Outrow. You've just seen 10 of the most controversial moments in Kansas City Chiefs history. Talent, strategy, and dominance built their legacy. But when fortune always leans one way, fans start to wonder how much is skill and how much is script. Subscribe for more deep dives where sports meets power and truth meets entertainment. This was Kansas City Chiefs 10 rigged moments. Thanks for watching. And remember, in the NFL, every whistle tells a story.